For many of you, you might just be starting out your transition from high school to college. And for some of you, you might already be a standing sophomore, junior, or senior. Regardless of your current standing, you have probably felt some sort of anxiety or stress when it comes to planning and finishing certain goals. Maybe you fell short of a goal that you spent way too much time planning, or maybe you'd even plan a goal because it seemed really easy, but you still ended up falling short. Long story short, you didn't fail because you're a bad student or even because you're a loser at life, but simply put, that when you constructed your goals, you didn't construct them smartly. Okay, so who am I and why should you even care? Well, my name is Edric Codina, and I'm going to be a senior here at Cal Poly Pomona. Currently, I'm also an EOP student, so from the 3 years that I've already been here, I think I know a thing or two about setting goals and planning. Alright, so going back to what I said earlier about how you didn't set your goals smartly, you possibly were never taught how to set a smart goal. So many people find it easy to come up with a goal, but not all of the time is it that easy to achieve that goal. When you use the SMART method to pursue your ambitions instead of pursuing them aimlessly, you could easily track, keep yourself in check, and even make these goals way more realistic. So let me go into a little bit more detail about each of the meanings behind the acronym. So starting off with the letter S, that stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. They are a variety of things that come together to better help you reach the end of your specific goal. So starting off with the letter S in SMART, the meaning is quite simple and literal. It means to have a goal that is clear, concise, and easy for you to understand. For example, for many of us students, we all say that we want to graduate. We all want this, but it's a huge goal that could feel super overwhelming. So let's make this big goal of graduating something a little bit more manageable. Let's just say that in order to graduate, you have to pass all your classes every semester, but you only have to focus one semester at a time. So for this semester, you have to pass, let's say, 5 classes. How are you going to pass those 5 classes? In order to pass these 5 classes, you have to get a good grade on the quizzes and the exams. How are you going to get a good grade on the quizzes and exams? You could spend 2 to 3 hours a day studying. You could go to EOP for tutoring or support, and you could do a variety of other things. A better way of saying this would be to say that by the end of the semester, I want to earn an A on my calculus final. So moving on to the M in SMART, the best way to plan a goal is to make sure that it could be measurable. What I mean by this is that if we were to look back at the grades goal that we made earlier, an easy way to track this would be to make a smaller goal that adds up to the big goal. In terms of grades, a simple way to keep track of this would be to keep track of your hours spent studying and see if these hours influence your overall quiz and homework grades. This is very simple to do, but if you see that there is a negative effect when you do something, such as studying less, then you know that if you study more, the opposite effect will happen. So again, adding on to our original grades goal that we had set earlier, if we were to add the M part of it, which is measurable, it would sound something like this. By the end of the semester, I want to earn an A on my calculus final by studying 2 to 3 hours a day. Okay, great. So now that we have gone over making sure that these goals are measurable, the next step is to make sure that these goals are attainable. So what I mean by this is that some goals may be farther to reach for us in a current moment in time. For example, an A is a great thing to strive for, but is it attainable for you? If you typically earn C's on quizzes or exams when it comes to math, maybe a B is a more realistic goal to strive for than an A. The goal is that you push yourself just a little bit to make it attainable. When this happens, failure is out of the question. So again, adding on to our grades goal that we have set for the end of the semester, if we were to add the word attainable, it would sound something like this. By the end of the semester, I want to earn a B on my calculus final by studying 2 to 3 hours a day. So moving on to the R in SMART, that simply means relevant. Meaning your overall goal should relate to your priorities and what you want to achieve at the end. A goal that you want to meet this semester is to pass your classes with A's. This relates to your long-term goal of graduating college. So by passing your classes, you are a few steps closer to making this a reality. So lastly, there's the T in SMART. You might ask yourself, so what's at the end of all this? And the true answer is that that's it. That is the end. It's a date or a signal that notifies us when our goal is achieved or over with. For grades, when it comes to school, that might be the end of the semester, the end of an exam, or even a homework grade. By having a set deadline for our goals, it will keep us motivated, on track, and inspired to finish our goals and move on to other goals. Almost 100% of the time, even though one goal is finished, there's going to be a bunch of other smaller goals that must be finished before the overall goal is done. Again, you can have an overall goal to pass the semester with flying colors, and this alone sounds big, which it is, but also it's just a small portion of the overall big goal of one day graduating. Even then, graduating is just a small goal, and the overall big goal might be attaining a job after college or even going to graduate school. So when it comes to turning our earlier goal into a SMART goal, a better way to put it would be, by the end of the semester, I want to earn a B on my calculus final by studying 2 to 3 hours a day, starting week 10 through week 15. All in all, the use of SMART goals is a great way to turn bigger goals into manageable bite-sized segments that are understandable, realistic, trackable, and relevant to you. So now that you have a clear idea of what SMART goals are and how to apply them for yourself, I want you to think of something that you want to get done within the next week, the next month, or even the next year, and I challenge you to create a SMART goal. Once you have come up with this goal, I encourage you to go to your EOP advisor and get their feedback on it. You could definitely get some great feedback from them, and they'll make a great accountability partner. So pretty much that's it for me. Now get out there and make some SMART-er goals. Thank you for watching, and see you all in the next video. Thank you.